What's good, gamers? It's me, Dev Does Shit. Today I'm going to be taking you through my vinyl collection. Something I've been working on for, I want to say, a good 6 to 8 months-ish. This is when I sort of started doing this. We got a vintage vinyl player. Winston, stop. The dog is sniffing the tripod. He needs to stop that. Here's the first one I have. Not the first one I ever bought, but just the first one I'm showing you. It's probably actually my most recent purchases is ABBA Arrival. It's probably one of my favourite ABBA albums. It's got Dancing Queen on it. Good song. Money, Money, Money. Good song. I don't love every song on it, I will be honest, but I didn't really want to be buying a heap of compilation albums because I think ABBA, for me, would be best summarised in a compilation album. So it's probably something I'll probably look at getting, because I think I'm getting over the fact that I don't want it to be compilations, da-da-da. If compilations is the best way that I enjoy people's music, I think that's how I should collect it. Another recent procurement, The Cars, Heartbeat City. Amazing album. I like this one front to back. So many good fucking songs on this one. The Cars are just a good band in general. I'll probably be getting more of their albums in the future as well. But this is one I just listened to front to back at work, and it was one I just added to my list of vinyls that I wanted. One that everyone has in their vinyl collection. So for me not to have it in mine, I think would be sacrilegious. And you've got Fleetwood Mac Rumours. Great album. Fleetwood Mac, great band. There's the back of it there. But yeah, so it's got so many good songs on this one, obviously. One of my favourite artists, which is Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. It's got Cocaine on this one, which is probably one of my favourite songs that Eric Clapton does. It's got this nice wee insert too. Oh, just a sweet bit in there. I'm guessing just of old like scrapbook photos of Clapton. Ever since I watched sort of like a documentary about Eric Clapton was when I sort of like delved into his music and found that I really enjoyed it. But like one of the coolest things ever is that in the documentary he says like he taught himself how to play guitar, which is insane. He used to just listen to the like blues music and just imitate it. This is probably like one of my favorite newer artists that would technically be considered in the pop realm. And it's her latest album, Radical Optimism, Dua Lipa. First time I listened to it, I really enjoyed it. I just enjoy Dua Lipa's music in general. It's just a wee bit different from the normal pop music we listen to today. So that's kind of why I like Dua Lipa. I don't mind a wee bit of Billie Eilish as well, because they do shit that's just a little bit different, and I quite like that. I don't like pop music that just sounds like every other piece of pop music, you know. I think I'm just happy to say this is just my favourite band. Number 1 on the list is MGMT, their new album, Loss of Life. Not my favourite one of their albums, for sure, but it is a great one. I love Dancing in Babylon. Probably my favourite song that's actually on this album. So I'd listened to their first album, but then I never really listened to them after that. In between Little Dark Age and this one is when I started listening to them again. I went back through all their discography, so I got to actually watch all of their music videos come out for this as they were coming out. This may be controversial, but this is my favourite Michael Jackson album. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. It's a fucking awesome album. Favourite song off it is Rock With You. I wanna rock with you. I reckon his music in this one feels a lot more soul-inspired than any of his other projects. And I have a real soft spot in my heart for soul music. I love soul music. So I think that's why I like this album of his a lot more than I do Thriller. Of course, I understand he's a hit maker, and those are great albums. But this is my favourite Michael Jackson. Signed, Sealed, Delivered. That's yours. This is one of those cool bands. This is War, All Day Music. I enjoy War. I enjoy War especially for the fact that, well, via reading their Spotify bio, I found out that they basically just go into the studio do a jam session, and then they just cut their favourites, like segments out of those jam sessions and then their songs, which I think is pretty cool. Now, I will say this with Chest, this is my favourite rap album of all time, and this is Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. This is like an album I've been listening to since, I want to say I was about 12, 13 years old. So it's that sort of around the era I started getting into like Tupac, Biggie, and I found Wu-Tang, and they're still up there as one of my favourite, well, probably they are my favourite rap group of all time, that's for sure. But even just rap in general, they're up there as one of my favourites, and this is my favourite album of theirs. The Mystery of Chess Boxing is probably my favourite song on there. I just love how they come in on that song. Raw, I'm gonna give it to you, with no trivia. Raw like cocaine straight from Bolivia. Into another great album, just in general. We've got Genesis, Invisible Touch. It's another one that I sat down at work and listened to this thing front to back, and listening to it, there is so many songs on this album I already knew. Just from listening to the radio over the years and stuff like that, it was just something that I'm pretty sure every single song on here is like, I knew that song. I would like hear it, I'd be like, fuck, I know this one, I know this one. This was one my boss put me on to. It's the Alan Parsons Project. I don't think he put me onto this album in specific, but it's just one that I really enjoyed of his. The Turn of a Friendly Card. Alan Parsons knows how to fucking do his shit. Games People Play, that is definitely the song that I'm going to say, like, that's my favourite from this album. It made my devs faves of 2023. The next one is Crimes of Passion. Pat Benatar, dude. Can't go wrong with a bit of Pat Benatar. Someone I went and seen live at Gibson Valley. Really great live. And that's when I decided, like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to listen to some of their albums. I listened to this one. There's so many good songs on this album. But I was like, this is an album I want for my collection. Yeah, boy. Here is some Kiwi rock, which I need more of. 100% I need more of. But this is the Mockers. Swear It's True. Cleopatra, great song. My love and she's Cleopatra, my God, thanks. Swear It's True, another good one. Another Day, another good one. It's super cool album art, man. But very 80s with the text. Great New Zealand band. Getting into some of my favourite albums. Here we have Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions. As I said earlier, I have a soft spot for soul music, but I especially have a soft spot for Stevie Wonder. I would argue, and I do argue, the best musical artist of all time, right here. Hot take, I know, probably. He's done so many good things. It's not my favourite album of his, but this is probably up there in that second place kind of region. Higher Ground being a good one off it. And here we have what is probably, I'm not 100% convinced that it is, but it is up there as one of my favourite albums of all time, if not my favourite album of all time, and that is Fleet Foxes' Helplessness Blues. Is one I listened to front to back. It was really actually from a Anthony Fantano video, where I think he done his like favourite albums of a certain year, and I went back and I listened to lots of the albums. Lots of them I really didn't enjoy. His music taste is interesting, to say the least. But this is one that I found within that list that blew my fucking mind. Blue Spotted Tail, yeah. Bedouin Dress, Helplessness Blues, The Cascades, all of these songs got added to my playlist, dude. Every single song from the fucking album added to my playlist. Here is my favourite Stevie Wonder album, Songs in the Key of Life. This is my favourite Stevie Wonder album. How can one person put that many songs on one album and they all sound good? Me don't know. There's just heaps, so many good songs on this. Isn't She Lovely? Joy Inside My Tears. If It's Magic. Sir Duke. I Wish. Pastime Paradise. The Origin of Gangsta's Paradise. which I didn't know until I listened to this album. Here we go. War, for the second time showing up in here. I think they might show up 3 times in here. Outlaw. The album cover is probably one of the coolest album covers I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude. I love this album cover. And it is majority of the reason I bought this album. Great album though. Another one I can sit down to, listen to, and enjoy. That cover is fucking cool as well. Yeah. Great album. Alright, here we go. We're talking about country music and not liking it. But I love me some Marty Robbins. Mostly just this album, if I'm being honest. Big Iron, Cool Water, El Paso is probably one of my favorites. And it's just the storytelling in these songs. Because I find a lot of the country nowadays is all about, it's almost like rap music, but countryified. Like it's talking about the same shit that rap music does, but it's just with guitar and country singers. Where this is just like, feels like stories and something you'd see in like a fucking spaghetti western movie and shit, that's what I love about it. And here we go, Eagles, One of These Nights. This is just another one I sat down, I listened to for just during one of my work rotations, and it was one that I enjoyed quite a bit of the music off. I don't think I've listened to it in a wee bit, but it was just an album I really enjoyed, and the album printed on canvas, which I really love that too, and it like pops out and shit, so you can like feel it. Earth, Wind, Fire, I Am, dude. What a fucking album, dude. My favorite Earth, Wind & Fire album, Boogie Wonderland, is on here. Everyone knows that goddamn song. If you were to try to tell me I don't know Boogie Wonderland, I would tell you you're lying. Yeah, this is one I knew of, Boogie Wonderland. I love Earth, Wind & Fire. And I went through and I listened to the rest of the album and I really enjoyed it. Look at that. That is fucking dope, dude. Look at that art. This is probably my favorite Fleetwood Mac album, and it's their self-titled album. I enjoy this more than I enjoy Rumours. Lots of good songs on this one. This is probably I think this was in my first order of albums that I bought, was the self-titled Fleetwood Mac album. This is one of the first ones I ever owned. And she comes back again, dude. I'm telling you, she's back again. It's Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia. This is what got me interested in her in the first place. Just that whole mixing of funk and pop, and like bringing funk back, dude. I really enjoyed it. That's why she's up there as one of my favorite pop artists. I've got 2 vinyls to fucking prove it, dude. Bob Marley, legend. I said, I told you this before. It's like, I'm not getting compilation albums. I bought a compilation albums as one of the first vinyls I ever fucking bought, dude. And that is just the honest fucking truth of it. But I'm glad I did. This is so many of my favorite songs of his on here. There is no song on this that I don't like. I've got the CD in my car as well. This exact CD in my car. But this guy's a legend. Hence the name of the album. And here we go. Here's probably my favorite MGMT album. Congratulations. Look at the fucking art on this album, dude. How fucking cool is that? And the music in it is fucking great as well. Congratulations, being the title track of the album, is great. Brian Eno is another one of my favorite songs on there. I also love Siberian Breaks. It's a long song. I like its kind of twists and turns along the way. Eric Clapton, Behind the Sun. Forever Man. Forever Man. Main reason I bought this album, it's got Forever Man on it. I fucking love that song, man. Just Like a Prisoner is another great song. It's probably one of my favorites off this album. This one is disappointing, and I'm going to tell you why it's disappointing, but it's also cool at the same time. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. My favorite Pink Floyd album. And it's the cover, man. It's the cover that kind of tears me up inside a little bit. because it is an amazing cover. It looks cool. I like it. But I wanted Burning Businessman handshaking another man, because I think it's one of the most badass album covers of all time. I'm still happy because it's still my favorite Pink Floyd album, so I still have it in physical copy. I'm probably going to end up getting another version of this where I get the cover that I'm after as well. So that is the start of my vinyl collection. Why don't you guys down in the comments let me know which one is your favorite album that I've got. So if you enjoyed this, drop a like, subscribe, tell me which vinyl is your favorite vinyl down below, and I'll see you guys later on. Okay.